Hi guys, this video is going to serve as the basis of a very brief demonstration that I otherwise would have done in yesterday's class, which I sent out an announcement about, and I guess we'll take this opportunity to apologize again for having to cancel. I was not feeling well yesterday, and so I thank you for working with me and hopefully understanding for having to cancel yesterday's meeting. So I have posted, I've uploaded the description for mini project number 3, which you can find right here in the course Blackboard under the assignments and course content section. If you scroll down to the bottom, it's right here. Click on it and you can go ahead and read that course, or I'm sorry, that project description, mini project description on your own time. But it essentially is creating more sort of like freehand type drawings, digital drawings, essentially utilizing one singular tool in Adobe Illustrator, and that is the Brushstroke tool. So this is going to be, again, a very quick demo on how to use that tool. And then you guys can go ahead and get to working on your mini projects and using it for the purpose of completing that assignment. So essentially, this is the paintbrush tool right here. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down on the right-hand side of the toolbar. I apologize for misnaming it or misspeaking. It is technically referred to as the paintbrush tool. I believe I've been calling it the Brushstroke tool. But nonetheless, it is the tool that we will be using for the purposes of this mini project. So as you see, if I just click and draw, I can draw freehand, any design, or, you know, whatever I want. We could draw specific shapes. And so, you know, you might be drawing in this way in which you are working, you know, entirely freehand, or let's say perhaps you want to draw something that looks a little bit closer to, say, reality. So I'm going to go ahead and clear all of this. Again, just to show you how that tool works. And this, I think some of you guys had asked questions about how you can like draw things that kind of look like a cartoon, or what is more commonly referred to or understood as being a contour drawing in fine art. And so that's kind of what we're going to look at today. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to drag a photograph into Adobe Illustrator. And I just have a photograph of myself here on the desktop. And I'm going to drag and drop that directly into, again, my file. And so here I have this image of myself. It's very big. It needs to be scaled down. So I'm going to click, hold that down. And you can see it's still very large in comparison to my canvas. And again, so I'm just adjusting the size of this image. But let's say that's a good scale. That's what I want to work with. So I'll just go ahead and click enter. Okay, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. So just click out of it, actually. I guess enter kind of deletes it, so don't click that. Okay, so basically all we are going to do here is I am going to adjust the opacity of this image of myself. Again, you could be using an image of whatever you want. And essentially all we're gonna do is use the Brushstroke tool as a means to sort of trace or outline and draw. So I'm going to zoom in here so that I can get closer to the image. And in order to, if you guys can see, I am making my paintbrush size smaller and larger here. And the way that I am doing that is by using the bracket keys on my keyboard, the squared off bracket keys. And so that is how you adjust the paintbrush size. So I'm going to go ahead and start outlining here. Again, this is just meant, so that's a little thick. I don't want it that thick, so I'm going to bring my my paintbrush size down, and I've already decided I don't want it to be black. So let's say I'm making a monochrome drawing, and so that simply means I'm going to be working with all shades of grayscale, black and white, and or gray. And so, yeah, I'll just start drawing here again with the intention of this serving as not something that necessarily looks like reality, but I personally am not as skilled necessarily with drawing as I am with working digitally. So this is kind of an easy way for us to make digital drawings in Adobe Illustrator. Might add some here, give myself a shoulder outline, just go around the outlines. And I'm just making like really quick, easy brush strokes here. Oops, sorry. And you know, this is supposed to look, or you know, can look freehand. Maybe I'll zoom in a little bit more. And go around my mouth. Oops. Sure. Again, I'm working very quickly for the purposes of this demo. But maybe we do something like that. Give myself some eyebrows. Eyelashes. And yeah, you guys have fun with it. Obviously, these, as I mentioned, are not necessarily to look realistic, obviously. And if I go ahead and zoom out, and I'll go back over here to my opacity. Well, I'm gonna actually go back to, maybe I'll add some more detail here in my hair now that I have a thinner brush stroke. You guys should spend more time on this, again, just for the purposes of showing you how to do this. And, you know, go back in and add color. So let's say, okay, I want to add some yellow to my image, like where my hair is, and that my hair is blonde. You know, just add some lines here. And here. Okay. Let's say I want to add, since I seem to be following a primary color palette, we'll work with the same colors of red, blue, and yellow. And let's say I want to add some red detail to my body, or the outline of my body, again, just to kind of make it more dynamic. And we'll do blue for my face. So come back in here. Oops. This is a lot easier to do if you have a tablet, which obviously is kind of what they use, or a professional would use who is working with digital drawings. But for the purposes of this class, you know, we're just kind of interested in seeing what you can make with what we have. I am using a mouse, and I understand it's even more difficult with a trackpad, but again, you know, just for the purposes of trying this and having fun with it, you can make some pretty cool contour drawings. So when we, I know it looks crazy, but let's just go ahead and I will turn the opacity of this off completely. And so now we have a cool little cartoon, and I'll click off of it. And yeah, obviously you can get a lot more detailed with it. I did this and I don't know how long that took, not very long. But you know, you can also come back when you're completely finished with your drawings, and you can delete the actual image, the layer of the image, or you know, if you just make it so that the opacity is down to 0, then you know, you won't see it. But that is essentially, you know, how you can use the paintbrush tool. And if I wanted to come in here and do, you know, any freehand, just like doodles or whatever, you know, can obviously do that as well. So yeah, something else, you know, I might include a images of things that, you know, I'm interested in, say, you know, a camera or certain things like that, things that I do. But yeah, that is a brief demonstration on how to use the paintbrush tool in Adobe Illustrator.